Hi everyone! For today's class, we're going to talk about how to write a persuasive essay. But in case that it is the first time that you write this kind of essay or that you are not familiar with it, we're going to check the elements that a good essay has to contain. The first element, it is one paragraph on introduction, then it is followed by 3 body paragraphs, and each body paragraph will include a topic sentence or the main idea of the paragraph. You need to provide some examples, direct or indirect quotes, but you have to make sure that those examples that you're providing are taken from a valid source. And what do I mean by a valid source? It can be information that you have gotten from a reliable source. Then, last but not least, we're going to have one paragraph of conclusion. Then, we're going to continue with the steps. First one, decide your purpose. What will you convince the reader to believe or to read your essay? It is the main point that you have to take into account. Then, maybe a pre-writing can help you to discover your purpose. You can include a graphic organizer, such as the brainstorming or maybe a map mind. Then your purpose is going to determine your statement. Number 2, remember your audience. Your topic will determine who your audience is, so please better you keep your audience in mind while you are writing. Then, present valid arguments in order to impress your audience. As we previously mentioned, a valid source, it is, for example, a web page that comes from a reliable source, or maybe a book that an author wrote. Then, number 3, start with a hook. The hook is basically the first sentence in your essay that helps you to catch or to capture the reader's attention. There are many ways to capture attention. For example, sterling situations, or maybe you can show some statistics, or you can start with a question for the reader. Here we have an example of that. Creating new laws can be a complex process, but have you ever thought about the steps to follow in the process of creating new laws? As you can see, we are using a question to catch the attention of the readers. Number 4, please avoid the first person. We cannot really start with this kind of expressions such as I believe, the assignment that says that I have to write about these or about those other things, or my first main idea is, or maybe just I think about it, I believe that, I consider. Forget about this, because when you're writing an essay, it is necessary to acquire a neutral mood. So using first person, it is not a neutral mood. Then, thesis statements. The thesis is basically complete sentences in which you give your opinion regarding the issue you are developing, the issue or the topic you are developing. But at the same time, the thesis statement is going to be the sentence that lets let the reader know what the whole essay is about. Then a good thesis should be short. For example, the United States of America schools have developed important programs to reduce the crime rate in 2020. So this thesis lets know the reader that the whole essay will be about the programs that are developed in the United States to reduce crime rate in the 2020 year. Then use transition words. Use transition words such as first, in addition, besides, similarly, to link your ideas or arguments. In your assignment number 3, you're going to have to look for some transition words for persuasive or argumentative essay. So this is going to be part of one of our assignments. Then we're going to talk about the supportive elements. Use supportive elements from valid sources in your paragraphs to complete your arguments. For example, the United States of America schools have developed important programs to reduce the crime rate in 2020. For example, the program What Do You Bring to School is in charge of checking the things that students carry in their bags in order to detect arms and drugs. So it means that we are talking about some important programs, and then we're going to complete the information by adding an example of one of those programs that have been developed. Then, last but not least, we're going to talk about the closing paragraph. Please begin your concluding paragraph with a concluding phrase and then restate your thesis statement. Later on, we're going to see some example of concluding sentences. In this paragraph, we're going to try to restate our thesis statement. In case that you forget it, we said that the thesis statement is going to be the sentence that's going to help the reader to know what the whole essay is about. So here we have an example. In conclusion, the United States of America schools have developed important programs to reduce the crime rate in 2020. For example, the program What Do You Bring to School is in charge of checking the things that students carry in their bags in order to detect arms and drugs. And here we have some common examples of concluding phrases. Here in the example, we use in conclusion, but we can also use as a conclusion. It is clearly seen that, summarizing, obviously, and as it was previously stated. So, guys, in case that you have any doubt or any question about the video, of course, you know that we have our space in our WhatsApp group in order to ask questions. Of course, I'm going to be completely available to answer those questions. And please be aware of the assignments that we're going to have in the platform, in the Google Classroom platform. Thank you so much for your attention and hope you're doing well. Thank you.